Okay, we are doing retake number 50. If you're ACC, this is 52. So this is find the value of the trig function indicated. So whatever it says here, leave as a fraction. For some questions, you may have to use Pythagorean theorem to find the missing side. So in this case, I can see that I have a missing side over here. So I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem to figure that out. Remember that your long side is your hypotenuse, and that's always your C. So I have a squared, so I'll use x squared plus 15 squared equals 17 squared. I'm going to go ahead and move the 15 squared over here. And in my calculator, I'm going to do 17 squared minus 15 squared. I get 64. So x squared equals 64. Take the square root of that, and the square root of this would give me x equals 8. So I know that this side over here is 8. So now that I have all three sides, I'm going to find my opposite, my adjacent, hypotenuse. So I go to the angle. Straight across from it is my opposite. My longest side, what I decided was C, is my hypotenuse. It's always across from the 90-degree angle. And then the leftover side is the adjacent. So opposite is 8, adjacent is 15, hypotenuse is 17. And in this case, they're asking for tangent. So there are three things they might ask you for: sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, or cotangent. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So cosine is the CAH, so A over H. And tangent is TOA, so it's be O over A, like that. Each of these has an opposite, a reciprocal fraction, so sine is cosecant, which would be H over A. Cosine goes with secant, so it would be H over A. So sorry, this was H over O, now we have H over A. And then tangent, the reverse of this, or reciprocal of this, is A over O. So in this case, they're asking us for tangent, so I need to do O over A. So in this case, I have 8 as my O over A. So I'm going to have O over A, which is 8 over 15. I want to simplify that if possible. If you don't know how to simplify, you can do 8 divided by 15. Math, enter, enter. It says 8 over 15, so I get my answer 8 over 15. Right. From there, you can just figure out the rest of them. Just make sure the first step is to find the missing side. So find the side that they don't have using Pythagorean theorem. That was this first step. The second step is to label the sides with O, H, and A. And then the third step is to use the right ratio. So that's whichever one of these are. You want to take a second to write these down. This is a good thing. You should for sure memorize these ones and then memorize how they go together so you can flip them over if you need to. So that is number 5052. So now we're going to use those in order to do 51 through 53 if you're ACC. So it says use SOH-CAH-TOA to find the measure of each side indicated, round to the nearest tenth. So remember, tenth means 1 decimal place. So 1 decimal. Alright. So if I'm looking at this one, the first thing is to label the sides. So label the sides is my first step. So I do that based off of the angle that they give me. So here's my angle. Straight across from it, that's my opposite. Go to the 90 degrees, straight across from that is your hypotenuse. And then the leftover one is your adjacent, or the one next to the angle that's not the hypotenuse. And then the second thing, you remember this step was like find your given and your unknowns. So I'm going to circle, this is the things that I have. I'm not going to care about my H in this instance. So givens. And then my third part is to write the equation. Right, so the equation I'm going to write in this case, I have O and A. Looking at SOH-CAH-TOA, I know O and A. The only one that has O and A in it is this one, so I'm going to use tangent. So I'm going to write tangent. Tangent always goes with an angle next, so 72 degrees is equal to, in this case, opposite over adjacent, x over 11. So it'll be like that. I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to multiply by 11 on both sides. So I have just x over here, and then in my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and do 11 times tangent 72. I'm going to check that it's in degrees, which it is, and I get 33.85. I'm going to round one decimal place, so 38 or 33.8, and the 5 is going to turn the 8 into a 9, so 33.9. 33.9. I'm finding a side, so it's not degrees. That would be my answer for number 11. Later on, you're going to have to draw them. It says in each problem, angle C is a right angle. So you can just always start by drawing a triangle with a right angle and labeling it C. And it says find the side indicated. So in this case, it says find little c. So we want to find C. Little c, like angle C always goes with little c for sides. Angle B goes with little b. Angle A goes with little a. They're like across from each other. So C is here, then little c is over here. This is B, so I'll just call this A and B. So if little b is equal to 7, that's going to be straight across over here. And put the 7 there. And it says measurement angle A is 56, so over here, 56 degrees. And then from there, I'm going to follow the same steps. Label your triangle, and then try to figure out what x is. Cool. That is 51, 53.